You stayed connected to rugby because you did a bit of commentary,
Yeah.
radio, television. Did you enjoy that
I did.
part of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't create something. You know, like.
What do you mean by that?
I don't need to be cloned by saying this is what I have to say. You know, if I think that if I thought a player or person was good, then he'd get it. He'd get all my praise. But at the same time, if I thought a gifted player in an All Black had played some dumb rugby, they copped it. And I tell you, a couple of boys out there in that time who were playing didn't like what I used to say sometimes. But I was only echoing what the New Zealand rugby public was saying anyway. And of course, the news media too.
Yeah. What do you make of the modern wings who have inhabited the game? Men who seem to stand 6'6" rather than 5'10". Whatever. What do you make of these guys? Men like Lomu, for example.
Well, it's just the evolution of the game.
Freakish player.
You know, they are all getting bigger, not so much in height, but bulk. You know, quads. They are. You know, I remember Daniel Carter coming into the All Blacks 10 to 11 years ago. They had a beautiful, nice little, just slimline first 5'8". Within 2 years, you know, they'd pack 10, 15 kilos on his upper body, so he could take the pounding. Never did anything to his legs because they are gold. But yeah, that's just it's a game for big men now. There's always a game for the small ones. You know, you take the Corey Janes and the Ben Smiths. They're not big men, not the same as the Halais or the Chow Putels, or the these superstars, or the Jonas. You know, but they are big now, getting bigger. But that's the way it is. As long as they don't lose their speed, their mind is the key thing. Like, you know, it's great to have speed and strength, but if you're like a donkey's mind, not on the team, and they're just their ability to read the game. That's the most important part. You can pack stuff on, make them quicker, faster and bigger. But who's going to look after up here? Because that is the key thing in rugby. And sometimes, unfortunately, 2013, the All Blacks did play some smart football when they got in chaos, when they got basically in the crap. They somehow worked their way out of it and got out of jail, 4 times?
Well, you watch the modern game and you watch a fair bit of footy. How is it that in a professional era, the All Blacks are able to maintain their distance generally on the rest of the world? How does this happen?
It's history. You know, we've been sitting around number 1, number 2 in the world over 100 years ago, you know, when the Invincibles went away and put a lot of pressure on the next team saying, we never lost. Oh, so that's the pressure. It's the tradition, it's the honour, and who wants to be the first guy in a team that loses to Ireland or loses to Scotland? That goes down in history.
Do players feel that?
Well, I think they do. They say they don't, but I tell you what, I wouldn't have wanted to be in that All Black team against Ireland when all that Johnny Sexton had to do was kick that guy in front and we were gone down the dunny. But he missed it and you could sense that. They went, geez, missed that. All we've got to do is just get the ball, work our way, get out of chaos, put them in a bit of chaos. Oh, there's a try.
Of course,
there's another one.
In your day too, you had a little teasing draw with Scotland just to keep them interested.
Yeah, that's right, to give them some hope.
Yeah.
But I just think it's the way we're coached. It's the way we're brought up. And, you know, these guys, and even in my day, you know, Graham Murray used to always say to us, it's, you know, your last performance might have been a fantastic one, but that's gone. Different opposition, different ground, different referee, different team, different All Black team. This is different. So we used to always scan through as much research as we could and find out who were the good players, what they played like. And that's what I think they still do. Once that one's done, you keep going. And always remember your losses. Jeez, you always get to hurt your losses. Oof.
You mentioned Muri a couple of times today. Clearly,
There's a gift.
he made a heck of an impression on you as a leader, captain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great rugby brain.
Yeah, great rugby brain, great leader. And, you know, not a big, powerful man like the Kirkpatricks there. Just, you know, and a very good player, but an exceptional captain, you know. Had the ability to be able to just blend in, float out. And again, he wasn't a barker. He didn't rant or rave. And so his combination with Jack Gleeson was perfect, a perfect foil for each of them. You know, you never ever heard them raise their voice. In fact, I never heard Jack Gleeson swear once. Not once.
Unusual for an All Black coach.
Even with Graham Murray, you would very rarely hear him swear. And in rugby, that's pretty unusual.
Do you like the way the game is evolving, changing, do you think? It's going in the right direction?
Yep. Well,
The ball is in play a lot more.
could be a lot more too if they've tidied the scrums up.
Players are increasingly athletic and,
Yes.
and multi-skilled.
Yes, particularly the big boys.
Yeah.
You know, when you get guys like Brodie Retallick and you know, the big forwards, you know, even guys like 110 tests now, Woodcock, Tony Woodcock. You know, 10 years ago, was he out there running there, just taking pass. And it's all patterned. But there are some big, you know, blights in the game. I think this deliberately killing ball, you know, when a team's hot on attack, that should be just instantly just 10 minutes in the bin. And if you're creeping up offside, you're in the bin. Okay. There's no warning. Because good teams know how to defend and they will slow ball down, they'll kill it, they'll deliberately get offside to give a penalty kick away, which is 3 points, than having a try and a conversion. And we do that too. Every team does that. And I think it's a blight. The offside law is a joke. Referees and touchies, or what do they call them, the third, what are those guys called running up and down the side now? We used to call them touch judges.
Assistant refs.
Assistant referees. So there's 6 sets of eyes out there.
Okay.
And they cannot still see a guy offside. Literally a metre or two. I find that appalling.
Where will your set of eyes be on this year in looking at a year or season and a half out from the World Cup? What are you looking for when you look at the All Blacks this year? Where do you think you'd like to see a few changes or some?
Well, there'll be
what are you looking for?
Two games.
Players?
There's 2 games, and I'll be watching the All Blacks versus the Springboks in the Tri Nations. That's the only game I want to watch of interest. You know, because I actually believe that they are just lurking. They are a giant tsunami ready to absolutely smash us. And if they ever got their crap together internally, without this all this bickering, and if they ever just said, right, enough, and they had a nice smooth system like the New Zealand Rugby Union with Steve Tew at the head of it, like that's the way it should be, we are in serious trouble because they've got the players, and they've got the players. They've got a multitude of guys in any position, in any colour, whatever you want. They just roll them out. They are the biggest threat for the next World Cup.
Okay. Fascinating, Stu. Lovely to have you in the studio. Nice to catch up again.
It's a pleasure, one.
Okay, mate. Thank you.